It's Gino Robair at the 2011 NAMM show with Jim Heinz.
Taking it to 11. Yeah.
Taking it to 11, indeed. We're going to see what it looks like to take to 11 here.
Yeah.
What do you got for us today, Jim?
Well, we've been working really hard on a new product. We feel that the iPad is a platform that can really be utilized by musicians to provide expressive control over their performances and also get fantastic sound. I mean, I think it's a myth that's held by a lot of people that you can't do great sound on a mobile device. Well, we're here to disprove that myth.
All right.
Yeah.
Like other Way Out Ware products, it's going to be.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I've it's hard to be jealous of something you don't understand. That's a Nigel Tufnell line, actually. But the fact is, I just don't understand how I was able to make such beautiful sound and so many voices and power in a little thin piece of plastic and metal. It's amazing. As far as a plugin developer goes, I'm ecstatic about the iPad. Something about being able to take my products and have one little button, slide my finger, and I'm playing my synthesizer wherever I want to be. I don't have to load a host. I don't have to turn on a computer. I don't have to wait for anything to do anything. I can just play music wherever I want to, and it sounds fantastic. It's where I want to be. I mean, I honestly can't tell you I'd want to be doing anything else than writing synths for the iPad. Now, that said, I know I have a lot of customers that are on the VST and AU platform and RTAS and whatnot, and we're still going to continue to support those people, and we're going to continue to advance that product line. But
take us through the synth. It was a great sounding synth so far. I've heard the demo. It's still in the alpha stage, and we should be seeing a
I'm expecting to have the product submitted to Apple in about 2 weeks, and it should be in the App Store then in about a month. And just to let you know, Apple's excited about that. I've shown it to them and shown it to many people here at the show. We have a lot of excitement about this product. It's as far as the product itself, what it is it's our synth engine that was originally the Time Warp 2600, and then we've modified it and enhanced it for the ARP Axe. Well, I took the Axe synth design, one oscillator, LFO, two waveform types, a low-pass 24 dB filter, and an ADSR, and several other little goodies like sample and hold and whatnot. And I ported that to the iPad, and I was expecting, okay performance. Well, I've found that it's performing exceptionally well due to some of the enhancements I've done to the engine. Ported it all to what's called fixed point arithmetic, so that it just runs beautifully on the iPad. I'm shocked at how well it runs. And then in addition, since we had a little bit of CPU left over, we decided to add some of the wonderful modules that we originally designed for Roger Lynn's Adrenaline sync guitar processor. So we've got a distortion flanger and a nice delay, as well as a limiter. Together, and what you get is a beautiful sounding analog environment running on the iPad. It's called SynthX, SYNTHX, and the reason we call it that is because I see this product evolving into a lot of different things. I can't really tell you what it's going to be tomorrow because it's SynthX. It's going to be whatever it needs to be and whatever it gets to be.
Let's have a look at the interface. If you want to come around here with the camera, we'll have a quick peek.
This is the synthesizer interface right here. The bottom section of the screen, we have our XY control grid. Up at the top here you see something resembling a piano keyboard, which you can move left and right, and you can pinch it and zoom it in and out. And you can change your tonic note to whatever you want, and it has a snap to scale feature. Right now we're on a blues scale. I can switch to pentatonic or minor, major, diminished, minor, D minor. This is the saddest of all keys. It makes me weep instantly. But that's, yeah, okay. If you don't get that reference, you got to watch some Spinal Tap, buddy. Okay, over here we have our effects pane. Here we have our distortion, And we have little XY control on the distortion, frequency, and gain. And we have our flanger, or flanger as people like to call it. And we have a wet-dry mix, and we have the LFO depth, and we have a frequency resonance control. And over here we have our tape delay, which has tape regeneration in time in an XY graphic, as well as mix and chorus. It's chorusing delay. And we have our limiter. You can turn it on and off. You know, if you really want to just give it the beans, you know, you turn off the limiter and then you get your nice crackly overdrive if you like that. But personally, I can get plenty of overdrive out of my distortion and keep the limiter on. It sounds just fantastic. And then we have a choice of scales. We're also, you know, we have our synthesizer controls over here. This is your standard oscillator, LFO, mixer, filter, amp, ADSR. The synthesizer can produce wonderful graphics as well. When I hold my finger down, it shows me exactly what is coming off of the oscillator. You know, it's just kind of, and it's in green too. Did you know that it was really in green inside the synthesizer? It's you know that oscillators are actually green.
Did not know that.
No, it didn't. Yeah, many people don't.
I always thought they sounded more brown.
But they are green, and at least mine are. Okay, and then see, you can move it around, and as I change, you can see the pulse width modulation on the on the waveform actually changing. So when I change the rate of my LFO, the pulse width modulation changes graphically, so you can actually see what you're hearing. Imagine that. Oh my God, what you've been missing all these years. And it's surprisingly useful. I hate to say it, but I've spent too many hours alone in a room with this synthesizer. Excuse me. But it's fun. It's just a lot of fun, and I think, as I said, you'll have fun with it too. Expect to see this in the Apple App Store in about a month, and it's
so around February.
Around February, mid-February, I think. And prepare. You know, just all I have to say is make sure you have a little rag next to you when you buy it, because you're going to drool, and you might need to reserve 4, 5, 6 hours. You know, because you're not going to want to put it down. Also.
What do you think you have it priced at?
That's a tough question. Comparable apps are in the $10 to $15 range. We may start in that range. I'm not positive yet. It's well worth that. I think it's worth probably 4 times that. But we want to make sure that all you synth enthusiasts just can afford it. So we'll probably keep the price down, at least initially. Maybe ramp it later. But our strategy is still in flux on that. We've talked to a number of partners and people, and probably $10, $15 range would be my guess. Maybe 20. We'll see.
Fantastic. Jim Heinz from Way Out Ware, thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome. Taking it to 11, yeah!